Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It is blustery here, so if you hear noises in the background, it's probably like limbs falling onto my house or something, because it is so windy. Anyway, it's a good day to be inside crafting, and I have been in a mad scramble to make cards to send to JJ. Hi, JJ. And for my family, and I just want to show you, I have this huge tray of cards, and I really want to show you what I've been up to. So my plan is to show you cards galore, just one after the other. And before I do that, I just want to show you one of the things I've been using a lot. This set is a great message set for making cards because it has messages that are perfect for the inside of cards. And I'm always like doing the outside of my cards great, and then the insides are empty. And so I spend a lot of time before I send things on. This is part of the tag special. I'm going to put that aside so that I can blast you with ideas. Okay, so here's what I did. Last year, after the season got calmer, I had cut out lots of extra parts, lots of extra pieces, lots of extra little stamp sets. I colored when I had time to color. I just had nothing in mind. I just went through all my Christmas sets and I just played with a lot of different things. Now, these are not all close to my heart, not by a long shot, but a lot of them are because, that's what I do. It's close to my heart. So before I show you the cards, let me show you the book I made. This is a photo book that I put together. And I'm not exactly sure why I have clips on it. Let me take those off. All right. And so it opens up and it holds lots of pictures and has a lot of neat real estate inside. So, tags. Anyway, this was just like a fun book that I had in my stash, and I just thought I would show it to you. Since it was with everything else that I had tucked away. I'm not sure why. I think I made it after Christmas or something. Okay, so let's start with the tray of cards. So what I did was I just grabbed all those extra images and I just started putting them together. And as you know, I have a huge stash of 6x6 paper. And so I just started cutting it down into card size and made a bunch of cards. So I'm just going to show you. Here comes Santa Claus. See, that one doesn't have a message on the inside. I need a message. I do, shimmer brush and pearls, and sometimes I pop things up, with pop dots. So there's that. Let me just get this stack out here. So I had a whole bunch of the little kittens in the packages left over from last year, and I had a lot of stickers left over from a Doodlebug pack, and these are stickers from Doodlebug, and I just kind of used them together. So the paper is, I think, Doodlebug also, some of it. These are PML cards. I had a lot of PML cards that are close to my heart. So this is a PML card, just a strip of paper. These are just really fast, easy cards. And I had a lot of the little kittens, so there's going to be a lot of meowy Christmas cards that I'm sending on. I just think they're really cute. And then this was cut from a PML card that I had from Close to My Heart. Sometimes I'll use all but 5 or 6 cards, and then I'll throw them in a bin, and every now and then I just need to pull them out and use them up. More stickers. This is that baker's twine, and I just use that liquid glue and draw a line, and then I put the baker's twine on it and just let it sit, and then I come back to it, put the stickers on. I think that's really cute. Here is another PML card. This is a PML card that's blue background, and then I already had the images cut and colored, so this was truly just slapping them together. And I like using baker's twine, so I tied a little bow at the top. There's another one with the lights. This Merry Christmas you may recognize from last year, from a set that was popular. And I used some of the stickers on the inside too. I thought those were really cute. So some of the 6x6 papers, what's really nice is, if you're like me, I keep a lot of scraps. So I can just use a strip here, a scrap there. I cut one of them into like 1/4-inch strips. So you'll see this little red and white paper on a lot of cards because I just cut it up into strips to use. This is a PML card, and you can see I put red stickles all over it, so it adds a little something to it. Here's that Merry Christmas again, and this is the set it was in. Remember, it had ornaments, and it kind of looked, I don't know, funky deco, and I had a little bit of shimmer trim left, just a tiny strip. PML card on top of a PML card. So I trimmed this one down and put it on this one, which was actually a journaling frame. And so, a couple strips of paper. These are quick to make. And this is a set from, boy, I'll have to look that up. Oh gosh, I can't remember the name of who makes that. But I have a lot of the little chicks, and so I just love to color those in when I have time. That when I'm making Christmas cards is not usually when I have time to do this. So I do this later. I had a whole bunch several years ago. I made Christmas cards using this image, and so what I did was I had cut out a bunch of these 3-inch circles and then did the outer part too, and I just had them all made up. So these were truly just putting strips of paper onto a card, stamping a little bit, and then slapping on the image that I already had colored. So there's a whole bunch of these, and these are the little background stamps are one of the close to my heart. You know how we had the super sets. Remember super sets where there's like 30 images on one sheet? I just grabbed those out, and they make really easy backgrounds. So these are all pretty close to the same. I had some of that 6x6 paper that I cut down into strips, and I just cut that down. Now the card that's die cut is an old card from close to my heart. A friend of mine, Sally, used to be a consultant too, and she sold some of her stash off, and she had a whole bunch of these cards, and I'm like, perfect, I'm using them because they're already cut. They look really cute, and they add a little something to the card. There's another one of those little kittens, and this is a PML card. This blue is you can see there's lines on it like it's a journaling card. I just ignored that and went with it. This is part of a PML card that I cut out. So, and these are those little buttons that you can get at like Hobby Lobby. And so I just put stuff on. These are stickles. I love using stickles when I'm making mega cards like this. This has just an all over green background, and this is a PML card that said wish list. And then I had this little piece of another PML card that I cut out and put it on there. I just thought that was really cute. So, highlighting another PML card. I had several of those trees from last year. Remember last year we made those trees and we did them in all different colors and stuff. A lot of fun, really easy, and added a little stickles. Same thing with this one, all over paper, a PML card, and then on the inside, just a little bit of quick stamping. This is one of those old supersets, wood supersets, where one image was stamped in the outline and the other is just a big shade, so it was just stamp, stamp. So, look at that. Already, that's got to be 30-ish cards. A lot of those the same. I'm not even close to being done showing you. All right. Let me get my next pile going here. So this little Santa was super popular with, oh gosh, was it Lawn Fawn? Dang, I can't remember. I can't remember if that was Lawn Fawn, but I have that set. I had cut a bunch of them, and then I just cut my 6x6 paper. Ta-da. Here's one of those close to my heart Santas from last year, and this is a PML card on top of a PML card, and then on the black is a piece of the 6x6 cut down. And then I just added a little tiny bit of shimmer trim because it needed some bling. I thought that was cute. This is from that super set. I love the super sets. PML card. This one, I don't even know what set that was from, but it was definitely close to my heart. And you know they're two-sided, so you can choose. I used the close to my heart, like the metallic gold markers. This is just that little silhouette stamp that I had tons of. And this was a thin cut that I had a little bit of. I think it actually was a big long piece and I cut it down. I had a whole bunch of this style PML cards, and then so I just put this layered on paper, and I loved there's another, you'll see a lot of these little Santa silhouettes because I had made so many of them. I think I had planned, I made them in snow globes and on some decorative things that I wanted to hang up, and so I had lots of them. So cute. There's that little cute Santa again, and he's just on like a candy cane stripe paper. This is a PML card, and then I had this little sticker of that little mouse. Isn't he cute? So I put that on there. Not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. So, really cute. There's, again, I had a lot of extra of those cats and dogs, because remember last year that was my main Christmas card that I sent to my family. All I want for Christmas is, and this is a PML journaling card, and so I just wrote a new puppy, a new puppy, a new puppy, and then I had this dog paper that I thought went really well with that. So that's cute. I got somebody in mind for that one. Here I am with that Santa again. Now, one thing about sending cards to JJ that's different than sending cards in the mail is that she hand delivers all of the cards to all of the folks at the senior centers and acute care rehab areas. So it doesn't matter if you use tons of foam tape like on this one, and it doesn't matter if it sticks out a little on the sides. It's nice if it fits into an envelope, but basically you can do anything you want because she's going to hand deliver this. It's not going to get in the mail. So this is a PML card with journaling. I wrote, I've tried so hard to be good this year, and then all I want for Christmas. I just thought that turned out really nice. These little dots right here, I don't know if you've ever seen them They sell them like crazy. They're just stickers. They sell them like crazy at the craft and scrapbooking shows, the expos and stuff. There's always a booth that has these little sticker dots, and so I always stock up on a few, and it's a nice way to add some bling if you are tired of using gems. Here we go again with another PML card that I cut down. That was a 4x6, and I just cut the image off of the middle. I thought that was really kind of cute. I felt like it needed something up here, but I just added a couple gems and called it a day. There's Santa again, and I had a PML card here. I had some 6x6 paper that was like a little reindeer. I think that's Doodlebug. And then I had this left over from a Simple Stories kit. You know how they give you all that chipboard to make cards. Same thing, Doodlebug, 6x6 paper, PML card, just thrown together really quick, and look how cute. The black and the red and white, it looks amazing. I wouldn't normally think of that as a Christmas thing. This PML card I struggled with. I almost threw it away, but then it looked really nice with that retired Close to My Heart paper, and I just thought that turned out really nice. I used more of those cute little stickers on there, blingy stickers. This is just one big PML card. It has trees across it, and so I added my little silhouette of Santa, and this is from another PML card. So, and like I said, I cut a lot of my paper into little 1/4-inch strips just so I'd have a little something to add to the card base or whatever. This is a PML card that I cut out. I had these really cute little Santa mug and cookies. I think these might have been Lawn Fawn. I'm not for certain, but I had a whole bunch of them, and so I thought that was a cute idea. All right, I had this paper was left over from some Echo Park thing, and I just kind of cut out the penguins. I did some shimmer trim at the top and bottom, and this card base was another one that Sally had in her stash. See how it's embossed with snowflakes? So you can barely see the snowflake embossing on it, but I just thought that's a nice winter card. I took a class through the Button Farm. They have amazing classes. They're a bit expensive. They kind of hurt. But this was one of their cards that they made. So basically it's a gigantic envelope with a window, and then the window has some acetate over it. And then they attached the window onto a 5x7 card base. And then the inside, we made a pocket. And so this is not a card that you could mail easily. You would have to put it into some kind of bubble envelope or a little cardboard box or something. Or maybe in with a present for someone. But I love how all the sequins inside really move easily, and so I made a couple of those, and you can see it has that what is that called, like a medallion, and it's thick. It's a thick card, so again, not an easy mailer. There's one of the little flowers, kind of like the Prima flowers, piece of chipboard and buttons, and so you can go a little crazy when you're not mailing cards. And on the inside, same sort of thing, a red envelope decorated and then glued onto a 5x7 card, and then the inside is just decorated. So that was kind of fun. All right. Gosh, I gotta get my next pile. Pardon me a minute. All right. I'm starting to lose things. So I did the snowflakes, of course, you remember my snowflakes. And last year, I had cut a lot of these rectangles because that's part of that slimline shaker die. It had the 3 rectangles, and so I had a lot of it cut, and this is paper from last year. So I just started putting together slimline cards, and on the inside just best wishes for a holiday season and little snowflakes on the inside. So these are just scraps. These are scraps. Do you remember me making scrapbook pages using this die cut and some of these? I just made a lot of extras and had them in an envelope. Here I added some sequins and stickles, and this made a lot of cards pretty quick. I think I finished all of these in like a half an hour because I truly just assembly line glue. All right. So this, I think I showed you the stamp of the month. This was the October, what was that, November? Stamp of the month, the medallion. And I showed you that you could gold emboss it on a gold foil, and that's what it looked like. And I didn't know what I was going to do with that medallion. But then I saw this PML card, and I had this medallion cut out and ready for something. And this Christmas Memories was at the top of the PML card. It was a big journaling card, and I just cut the words out, chopped the PML card off. You can kind of see where I cut it right there, and layered it up, and I think it made a pretty nice card. I think it made a pretty nice Christmas card. Just added a little bling. So truly, that wasn't even anything but a PML card and that leftover medallion that I had. There's Santa again with this is a PML card. This is some of that 6x6 paper. This is a sticker. And this ho 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 came with, I'm pretty sure, with that, I think it came with that Santa mug set. Boy, I'm going to have to get out my Christmas set sometime and show you the different sets I have. I need to look and see who made them and stuff to give them credit. But that's where that came from. And those are really fun to color. You can see I added some sparkle to that too. It's hard to see sparkle on this camera. These are old, close to my heart PML cards. I just put, 2 of them onto the page, and the background is just 6x6 paper. That wasn't my favorite. It has some kind of thing in the middle of it. I didn't love it, but all you see is the edge, and it looks really nice. So, and again, lots of that paper cut into just 1/4-inch strips. A giant PML card put onto that paper, and then shimmer brush over the snow. I don't know if you can see the snowman shimmer or not, but there you go. This is one of my favorite cards. It was the simplest thing. White card base, a PML card of a Santa face, and if you flipped it over, it was vertical, but I liked it this way better. And I had this Merry Christmas cut out and left over, and it was in such a weird green that it didn't go with anything else I had. And then I saw this, and I had a little bit of a strip of paper and shimmer trim. And look, I added a jingle bell because I could, because I'm not mailing it. She's just going to hand it. So you can, when you add a jingle bell to a card, you really want it to stay. And it's going to go in and out of an envelope. It can catch. And so I just use my barely art glue, but glue dots would work for that too. Okay, I had a whole bunch of these for like in PML cards. They used to include some of these clear ones. They were like photo overlay cards, and I made this one into a shaker, and there again is that cute little Santa with the cookie and the ho ho ho. And then my shaker material on the inside, let me scoot it around a little bit. I put a few of the cookies inside the shaker, and then this shaker material, I'm a sucker for this shaker material that's not sequins. So the peppermint candies and the little flat gingerbread men are so skinny that you don't need a very thick piece of foam. Like this card would actually go into a normal mail. I wouldn't have to pay anything extra, even though it's a shaker. Now the part that's rattling, the little red and white pieces, it is, I bought one of those kits. It's a kid's craft kit where you put the little pieces into the fake stained glass ornament and then you melt it in the oven. I can't remember what that's called, make it, bake it or something, but those little pieces are the plastic that go into the stained glass ornament or the stained glass piece that you put in the oven and melt. And I just use them as shaker bits because they are the right color and they're small. So there you go. And these, I'm sure you remember, I did these. Remember, this was a die cut. This was a die cut. I just had these panels made. I think these are the ones I made in one of my lives, and I just never did anything with them. So I went ahead and put those together, to get to JJ. All right, I have more. I have this basket more. Can you believe that? Some of these are so old. So I know you guys remember the window, warm winter wishes with the wood. I have several things made using that set. And then this is that cascading dots embossing folder and just a few snowflakes put together really quickly to make like a little scene. Makes like a nice winter card. I think I showed these in my lives, so you could go back and look at my lives from the past. Can you believe that? It's been this is a couple years ago. These wood pieces were from you remember how I told you I go to Hobby Lobby and I buy like those big long garlands or whatever. These are from a giant snowflake garland, and I just cut the rope off and I use them on cards and stuff because they're super thin. That would go into the mail without any hitch, and so that's what that is from. Okay, this is a PML card from last year. I probably showed this to you last year. I just finished it off to make a card. I had a whole kit of simple stories. I don't know if this was Echo Park. No, I'm pretty sure this was simple stories. And basically, I just had a whole bunch of card bases that were blank, and I just started decorating. So last year, this was a big card for me, and I just had this one left over. Okay, another Z-fold card from that winter kit that I did from Button Farm. And this is just paper on a Z-fold, and I'll just write a little message on there. I have a couple of those. I really love these like old-timey retro kind of looking cards and Santa Clauses, and so that's what drew me to that kit. Okay, these are really old stamps. I love like the little mice, not house mouse. What is the name of those? I'll think of it in a minute. If you know, let me know. But I have several of these little mice, and every now and then I just stamp them on watercolor paper, and I just color a whole bunch of them, and then I'll use the panels later on. So that is one. I have this one that I love with the candy canes, and you can see I just basically cut them out, watercolor paper, backed them with some red paper, and put them on a card. They turned out really cute. May your seasons sparkle. These messages right here are from Honeybee. I have like all of the Honeybee messages like that, where you can cut them all out as one. Like I said, if you guys ever want to come over and play, I'm here. Club Scrap had a Christmas card kit that I totally loved. It's just beautiful. And it's truly just cutting and then gluing panels together. The problem is all of their cards have these gargantuan bows on them, and even though they're really pretty, I can't mail that thing. I have tried to mail them. They get hung up. You have to put those in special mailers. And so this is a perfect card to hand deliver to someone, like my neighbors, with their treats every year, or, you know, with JJ or something. So these are hand deliver style cards. Woo. Here's another this is an old Club Scrap card. They had a Scandinavian set. Alright, I'm just going to grab a bunch here. You'll remember this one from last year with the Mrs. Claus Cafe. And then I had a whole bunch of, remember that set that had the greenery, and then there was a piece thin cut, and I went nuts with these. And so these are several of the cards that I made in different colors. I love that with the like mulberry. Gosh, it's gorgeous. And look at that one with the purple, that eggplant purple. Ooh, gorgeous. And then with the blue. So I have a lot of those cards that are close to my heart. And then I also got this little set. I need to pull it out and show you. It's called stubby stampers. They're like little peg style stamps, and there's a whole bunch of, there's like maybe 10 or 12 different images within there, and then you just stamp them however you want in different colors. So you can see like there's a star, there's a flower, there's a snowflake, there's you know, variety, and then you just stamp them in different colors. And I made wreath cards with those. I really love it with the teal. It's so hard to show in this lighting. I put the bright light on so there wouldn't be shadows, but then sometimes that washes it out. This is like really vivid. So love it, love it. And then here's another one of those greenery ones with the word Mary instead. And what on this one, to make it nice and thick, I just cut out the word Mary like 3 times and then glued it together. So it was dimensional. I don't know, maybe 2-3 years ago. I lose track of time. But Close to My Heart had this set with the birds and the paper pack that was kind of wintry. I think these look a little more masculine, and I like that to send to JJ because, you know, not everybody wants a sparkly girly card. Love these. I think that is Lawn Fawn. Not sure. I think it is though. But card. I have this set right here, which is, gosh, not Picket Fence. I can even see their logo and I can't think of the name of the company. But basically what they did was they made one die cut and then they made a house for every season. And of course, so I have the Halloween house and I have the Christmas house or whatever. But this one is a lot to color, so I don't have a lot of those. But I think it made a real cute little card. You remember the little squares? These little Santas are Mama Elephant. Mama Elephant is well known for these little bitty people. And I love the little reindeer and I love the little Santas. The little reindeer on that very first card I showed was Mama Elephant. Look how cute. So you can have the little Santa and then all the little dancing reindeer with them. Oh, adorable. Adorable. This is a card that I did 2 or 3 years ago with the Nutcracker, and I just had an extra one, so son of a Nutcracker. I'll probably keep this one because I just love it so much. Last year, I remember using this set. It was sold, it was sold around the same time as that, the one with the circles and the one with the squares. I noticed that the die cut that had this die cut that cuts this square and the circles is on the Cyber Monday sale. I saw it a couple days ago, so I was like, wow, it feels like a little blast from the past because it hasn't been on the website for a while, I don't think. But anyway, I love these little bitty images like this that fit inside those. And I loved making those into a tree. And so these are, I stamped messages. I still have to write a message in there. Here's that bird and outdoor, more masculine paper again. And I just think these cards they're very basic and very simple, but they're pretty. And I'm proud to give them out, Holy moly. Okay. A few more plain ones and then, okay. So this, see, there's that Santa mug and cookies as a sticker and those are Doodle Pops. So the other must be Doodle Bug also. I obviously have a little bit of a draw for cute. I like cute. And so these are all stickers. This right here is a paper punch that Karen gave me from Creative Memories. I loved it, and I made a ton of cards using it. And with the foil or with the metallic red and metallic gold paper, I just think it's amazing. So that is just stickers and a paper punch. And then there is that little Santa again. These are just stickers. There's that punch again. It's amazing. Stickers on the inside. I obviously love this little mug with the cookies. I think it's really cute. I love the coffee style stuff too, but I have an issue. It feels weird to give a coffee thing without giving a gift card. I feel okay giving the mug and the cookies without a gift card. I don't know what the difference is. This is a Doodle Pop from Doodlebug, and all the paper is Doodlebug, and these are just stickers from Doodlebug, so there you go. I just slapped that together. And there is another sticker with a message that I stamped. And then there is that paper punch again. I just think that paper punch adds a ton. Like if you had nothing else, I just had this sticker left over. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. So here is one where I stamped a scene and did all the coloring, sponging. This white is done with a white gel pen. I mean, like everything on here is fussy. So this card took time. But honestly, is it that much cuter than that one that took me 2 seconds? No. So I just do a few of these every now and then. Pull my stamps out, start stamping, and start coloring, and then just throw them into my bin of extras. See, I had several of these stamps that I colored and had cut out, and they were just in my pile. So it's really easy to just add a strip of paper, a message, and you know, these are just all scraps that I put together really quick. Okay, now I have, let me see, here's 3 more cards that I made during that Button Farm class. Again, with those little, you know, these are from those giant 12 by 12 sheets that have like, I don't know, 12 or 16 images on them, and you just cut them apart. That's what those are, and they're just layered on paper. The key to using those is having everything coordinate, because truly there's paper, there's a strip, there's a sticker. I mean, it really isn't anything all that spectacular, but it is a nice card, so that's awesome. All right, I'm gonna show you these. Let me just put these back in my bin before they fall on the floor. You can see I have made all of these cards, all but about 4 in the last 2 days, and I didn't spend all day here. I mean, I'm talking about 3 or 4 hours, because I had all the parts and pieces already cut, and I just had piles of stuff in front of me, and I was able to just glue, 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 move, glue, 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 move, glue, glue. I mean, it's assembly line. And even though they're all so different and also unique, it's because I took that time to prep, you know, like in last January or something. Okay, so I recently took a Pink Fresh class, crazy expensive, but I'm in love with their stuff. And so I just wanted to show you what I made from that. I know I don't just do close to my heart, but sometimes I add close to my heart stuff to it, because that's what I own. So this is a card where it was kind of like, remember when we made, where did I put it? Remember when we made the card like from this stencil, which sold out, by the way, this embossing folder stencil pack just sold out over the weekend. So but basically, you know, you cut it in half, and then you cut them both in half, and then you put, you know, the white together with one side and this white with this side, whatever. That's basically what these two are. So they are this and this cut apart, and this cut apart, and then glued onto cards with glittery snowflakes. Now look at the glitter and the gold embossing. Really add to that. This little berries thing, this is a stenciled background, super basic, with a, you know, panel, and then this is just there. Pink Fresh is almost all stencils, so it's fussy. It takes a lot of time. These cards took days and days. These cards did, but whew, are they neat. But what they do is they have a You stamp it, emboss it, and then they have a stencil layering system. So there's like 4 or 5 stencils, and each stencil overlays and color a different color. And then eventually you have like the light green, the dark green, the light red, the dark red. And you just, then you put it through the die cut machine and you put it on your card. Again, stencil in the background. This is a background die cut. This is a die cut, not my favorite die cut. Ugh, this frame one. But pretty, so pretty with the giant snowflake. This was one of my favorites. This is actually close to my heart paper that I've had left over for a while. It's an older, like a pearl paper that we used to sell. And then I just put that frame from Pink Fresh on there, and more traditional red and green. This was one that I made in the fall. And so I wanted to try it with the fall colors, which I think turned out really nice. This is not one of my favorite stamps, but look how cool that card looks. There is something about the red and the white in the background and the red and the white message with that gold glitter. Everything looks very traditional and beautiful, but I don't love the card. So, I mean, like, I don't love this stamp. These are okay. I don't love this. But it turned out really nice. But this would be a very hard one to mail because of the balls are so thick. So it's a good one. These pearls are beautiful, but they're really dimensional. And so the frame is, you know, to deck out the frame a little bit, you have to make the card a little bulky. But it's pretty. Here's one with that bauble. They called that a bauble. And the frame. And it turned out, I mean, that is just gorgeous. This is one of my favorites. Look at that. Woo! So pretty. And I think, hold on a minute. There we go. It's one of the kind of double gatefold kind of thing where it folds in like that. And I used the Close to My Heart. This paper is like, I want to say it's dreamy, but that holographic paper to cut out the snowflakes. Wow. I think that made it. It just made it. And it kind of takes on the colors that are around it a little bit. So it looks purple, it looks blue, it looks white. There's another one where we just shaded with ink. And I love you. I've made a few Close to My Heart cards just like this using the snowflake cutout, you know, on the cardstock itself, glued on kind of random as a background. It looks really nice. I don't know if I've shown that on my live or not, but I've just mailed out a couple of cards like that, using the Close to My Heart snowflake dies. There's that bauble again with the pinks, pink and gold. And I added some stickles to it because, you know, stickles. And another one with a background. The background is like rose gold. And then it's got like the snowflake die on top of it. So if you have an all over background thin cut or die cut and you can put a color behind it, it alone can be a great card. I don't know. There you can kind of see the shine behind the window, the color behind the holes. Cool. So there's that one. There's that stack. I have one more stack to show you. This I just saved to show you. This is from like the very first year I signed up with Close to My Heart, maybe even the second year. But this little gingerbread guy with the giant bow is one of my favorite stamps ever, and I still have him, of course. And this is all one of my all-time favorite cards. I remember when this card was like crazy popular, so I just pulled that out to show you that. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is my last an hour of cards I'm showing you here. It took me a lot. I mean, honestly, it took me almost no time to make most of these because I used pre-cut, like pre-printed papers that I just cut apart. And this is a stamp set that I colored in, so that took me a little bit. But those are all stickers on the inside. You remember this one from last year? I just had that one left over from last year. I wanted to show you some of the close to my heart cards in case it inspired you to make yours. There's another with that Merry Christmas with the ornaments. We did that one last year. We just did this one, a couple weeks ago with the Stamp of the Month set. And remember how we made that tag? Well, I added it to this background. So I think I put this on a reel or something that popped up on our feed. Sometimes I make these things, and instead of doing them in a live, I just take a picture of it and set it up, schedule a post to appear at some point. But I really like how this Stamp of the Month looks just random stamped in the background, and then this is the tag we made on our live. And I added the, who would have guessed that pink glitter paper would look so good for Christmas. This one we made a while back. Remember the little cat that slides up and down? There's another pull tab idea. Hi. Love it, love it. And then this is just, these are, I want to say 2 years ago. Maybe, yeah, I think 2 years ago. I don't know. But they open up. No, I think this was last year. I lose track of time. But the manger scene with that really cool, close to my heart paper. And it looks hard and complicated to make, but it was really easy. And I just made a whole bunch of them. So, what do you think? Woo! Is everybody like, all right, I can't make that many cards. I get it. So I have this box of cards. I need to pull a few out to send to my family, but I'll probably send my fancier ones. Oh yeah, this was that Stamplistic tag class that I took. Aren't those cool? I think these are beautiful, and I should hang them on a tree. The other thought I had was to put them on cards, make cards with them. And they have jingle bell, like full-size jingle bells on them. So I need to figure that out. And then here's that tray again of all the cards that I showed. I hope it inspires you. I think JJ will be happy too. I think I have probably 20 or 25 of these that I need to send to my family, but after that, they're hers, because I'm ready to purge my stash and start with something new, because some of these have been around for a little while. And look at that. Oh, so cute. So, I'd love to see your card. Send me a card, I'll send you a card. That'd be awesome. I would love to see what you make. So, if you are into the all-over card shaker idea, that acetate that they're selling with the tag kit is a great deal for that. Or you can save packaging. This was my Black Friday purge, and I received it already. Isn't it cute? It's from Picket Fence, and I loved the little Santa It said, Santa almost died laughing when he saw your name on the good list. I saw Santa scratch your name off his good list. And this one says Cole. That's what you'll find in your stocking this year. So there's a limited number of people I could send that to. But it was one of my splurgy things this year that I decided I really needed for some reason. So, all right. My favorite card. Thank you for watching. I want to see what you're making, and I hope that this inspires you to send a bunch of cards to JJ yourself. And if you need her address or her contact info, just let me know. Thanks.